Hello, Scorpio. This is your Wheel of Fortune reading for March 2020. I am Art Kozak, and this is Art Kozak Tarot. Now, the Wheel of Fortune reading is designed specifically to let you know where your opportunities lie for the coming month. And these may be opportunities for any kind of self advancement, whether it's career advancement or love or money or just whatever the universe has for you and is on your mind. I do see, first off, Scorpio, that your major strategy for getting things done this coming month is going to be let's just get things done. Getting things done quickly. Getting things, maybe doing a lot of multitasking. It may have to do with a lot of communication back and forth with other people, but you're going to be the and this may be not be immediately apparent, but the best strategy that you have available to you for meeting your best opportunities has to do with being very, very active and very, very, um, I want to say almost to the level of frantic. Not quite frantic, but getting things done quickly. Lots of stuff, often juggling lots of things at the same time. This is going to involve some kind of circumstance in which you are able to get away from something that you are tired and done with. That's the first opportunity I'm seeing for you on the table. There's something that you're tired and done with, and whatever it is, or you're getting to a point where you're not just bored with it, not just annoyed, but just effing over it, and you are going to have the opportunity to get away from that and to just get up on your horse and go. And I often, as I will now, as I often do, caution you to use your best judgment when applying the advice given to you from a fortune teller on the internet. However, when you see this opportunity to get up and just run from whatever it is that you are over and done with, it's a bad circumstance for you, probably toxic, then the cards are advising you to go ahead and do that because you're going to get a new life. This may be a person, this may be a relationship, okay? Again, use your best judgment. This may be a job situation, this may be something major, this may be something a little bit more minor than that, but when you see the opportunity to get up and run from a thing in your life that has been bad for you, you know is bad for you, you don't want it anymore, what you will have in the offing for you as you run away, you will be running to a new and more prosperous life. I see a couple of circumstances this coming up this month that have to do with anxiety. And in some circumstances, it might be your anxiety that you're dealing with. At others, it might be that of another person. I think there is a source of anxiety in your life. There's something that's going to make you very anxious. Okay, there's something that's going to make you very anxious. And this may be another person who is a very anxious, but some literally suffering from clinical anxiety or something close to it. Someone who is very depressing, somebody who makes you very anxious. You have the opportunity to engage with that in a way that moves away from that drama, that moves away from that anxiety. So this may be a circumstance in which somebody comes to you, or you have somebody in your life who is very, very, very anxious and very, very worried, and you just automatically take the opposite road. You provide the yin to their yang, that you are the one who's like cooling off and being very, very mellow about the situation in the face of that anxiety. Now, what's going to happen as a result of this, there may be some kind of a separation that takes place. There may be some kind of separation that takes place between you and this other person, or whatever this source of anxiety is, okay? And it may not be one that the other person is entirely happy with, but again, it's one mirroring the previous situation. It's one that ultimately will lead to growth. Somebody might get their heart broken, but I don't think it's going to be as dramatic as all that. I just think what I'm looking at here is a moving away from anxiety, even if there are others or there's an other party that doesn't want to see you moving away from it. Okay. I see an opportunity coming up for you to shore up. Speaking about anxiety again, I see an opportunity for you to shore up your defenses. And these may be legal defenses, okay, if you're in a big situation like that. But these may be just probably your mental and emotional defenses. This may be physical as well. Taking a self-defense class, something of that nature, working on your ability to defend yourself through strength. This is, and this has to do with strength, through developing your strength. You're going to become a stronger person so that you are better able to defend yourself. Now, this is going to lead to some anxiety. And again, exactly what that means, I cannot say. But I can foresee a situation where you get over a hurdle, you shore up your defenses, you become a stronger person, and then now that you're a little bit of a different person than you used to be, then you're able to take on some anxiety that you didn't recognize that you knew you had, some things that you were worried about. You're able to do things. I don't want to, as a metaphor, I will say, I can see someone who is, taking a self-defense class. They're working on some martial arts. They're working on some self-defense. They're better. They become stronger, and they know that they're better able to defend themselves. And so now circumstances that make them more anxious or might be and otherwise more threatening are things that you now can cope with. Okay. Now, again, this reading is about your good opportunities, those that lead to growth, those that lead to goal advancement. So if you see this coming up, you have the ability to defend yourself or to improve your defenses through strength, go ahead and do that, even though you might see some anxiety or some anxious circumstances coming up for you as a result. I also see that you might be in a position to help someone else this month. You might be in a position to help another person. You may find yourself, with respect to another person, or you just in general at some point, you may find yourself thinking, hey, I have all the resources I need. I have all the resources. I have all the personal resources. I have the material resources. I know how to use them. I'm just feeling totally capable right now. And that will put you in a position where you can help someone else, that you can reciprocate, at the very least, some good things that are being done for you, maybe a good presence in your life, maybe do something good for the people in your life that you love, maybe even just as simple as doing some charity. You find some little extra, you know that you're fully capable of taking care of all your own needs, so maybe it's time to do a little charity. This is going to give you a great deal of happiness, okay? This is going to give you, so what I would recommend, definitely, is when you're feeling that competence, when you find yourself in that situation where you are acknowledging to yourself that, hey, you have all the resources you need, all the ability that you need to use them, go ahead and engage in some kind of charity. Go ahead and engage in doing something good for another person, or at the very least reciprocating the goodness that other people provide for your life, because that is going to magnify the happiness for everyone involved. Okay, that's going to be a very happy situation for you. I'm going to speak about endings yet again for you. This is the last thing I see on the table. You have the opportunity to end something. Something that just needs to come to an end. And I know I've spoken about this in a couple of other contexts. This might be the same situation. If this is a pervasive situation in your life, like a very significant relationship, or a very significant, or if it's your job, your career, something of this nature, there may be some part of this that you just have to put down, okay? That you just have to say, okay, that's done. I'm not interested in that. And it's not a matter of walking away. It's a matter of sticking a fork in it, because that's done. That's just going to go ahead and come to an end, even if it hurts you a little bit. Use your best judgment. Use your intuition. Okay, that's what the cards are telling you. When it comes to a difficult ending, a bad ending to a bad situation, use your intuition. Apply to your higher guidance. Okay, if you have higher guides, if you have spiritual guides, if you have religious figures that you pray to, trust your intuition in this situation, because this will lead to an emotional renewal for you. And something needs to go so that your heart can be set back to being new again. And you're really going to have to rely on your intuition for this. I wish I could tell you more, but the cards are telling me to tell you that you're going to have to trust your intuition, and you're not just going to be okay, but you're going to be perfectly okay at the end. I hope something here I have had to say is of help to you this month. Please let me know in the comments below. Also in the comments, in the description box below, you will find a link to our Patreon page if you would like to join us on Patreon. Again, I am Art Kozak, and I look forward to speaking to you again in the future.